Okay, we are now in late October, and in the Friday night, Saturday morning, we will have the first frost of the year. So all the summer crop will finish. So I have now, today is Wednesday, I have 2 days to pack up everything from the summer crops, harvest any green tomatoes, any cucumber, any peppers, all of the basils, until I can actually start to put the winter crops. And my fingers are itching for that, to do the finger crops now, winter crops. So let's do this. These are the ones which we all harvested today. We had such a lovely crop of the tomatoes this year. Best summer ever, probably. Of course, we broke the record on 1976 as the hottest summer, driest summer. And it was good for tomatoes in the Polytunnel. Very well done. And now they are going to be harvested and put in windowsill. We will have a frost anyway in the coming Saturday morning. You can see I'm cutting the big ones. I'm depositing at this basket at the bottom of it, and then on top of them I put the smaller varieties like Sungold, and they will go in the windowsill, so they will be ready gradually to be eaten. Look at this beautiful cucumber, and I'm going to harvest and put it in the basket. Yeah, beautiful cucumbers. I have now harvested all the remaining cucumbers, and next step is to harvest the peppers, which have a lot. We have a lot of peppers. Now I'm going to harvest all of these. Harvested now all the large and smaller peppers, beside the cucumbers, larger ones, all of them, and all the large tomatoes. And now this is a box which is ready to go. I'm now going to harvest all the smaller tomatoes. As you can see, toward the end of the season, the peppers have gone kind of diseased, get a material which is sticky in them. Although they are yet flowering and the flowers are going to fruit, I don't think they will survive. So what we will do to harvest all of that, which is a fruit stage. We had a brilliant harvest of tomatoes this year. These are the smaller tomatoes. We will have a frost, I think, in the near future, probably Saturday morning more likely. And the summer plants have to go. I've harvested the larger tomatoes, and I'm now going to harvest the smaller ones. So as you can see, the box is now full of the smaller fruits, tomato fruits. They go into our windowsill and they gradually ripen up. They are beautiful, aren't they? Yeah, how to judge that which tomato has the potential to actually ripe and which one actually is just a time waster. Don't bother with growing and waiting for them or cutting them, putting them in the windowsill. So you see that these are not very shiny, they're kind of small, they're not mature. Whereas this one, which are the same size almost, they're shiny, they're kind of already changing a little bit of color, they have some texture on their skin, and there are stripes on them, and that means that they are potentially viable of going to windowsill and just ripen up there. So that's a good way of telling which tomato will ripe, which tomato will not ripen if you cut them green. So these tiny ones, don't waste your time, they will not do anything. You will just throw them away. And these juicy, beautiful ones, which already are changing color, they're good. Take them to the windowsill. Okay, now I've harvested what we were worth harvesting, including all the small tomatoes, all the peppers, cucumbers, and all the bigger tomatoes which are here. So this is the last harvest from the summer polytunnel. Of course, the basils remain. I have to harvest those basils before the frost. But at the moment I go now just to show you how the polytunnel looks. Then I will take down the tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers. If we were living in a warmer country, probably I would have kept this. Without frost, they will give some fruit. And I would let also these ones, which are here, to go and ripen the vine. But frost will not let this blossoms and immature fruits to be ripening. So practically the season is finished. I'm just wrapping up everything and getting ready for planting winter crops, which I have a lot. Okay, this is the polytunnel. After all the tomatoes which were harvesting have been removed, even the green ones which were worthwhile, all the cucumbers, all the peppers, and now I'm ready to go and take down the tomato plants and cucumber plants and the pepper plants. And what remains is the basils, which we'll harvest and take home to dry. And then I will plant the winter crops in the polytunnel, getting ready for the frost. That's imminent. Okay, now I have removed all the tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers. It's a little bit untidy. I have to remove also these twines, the strings and everything, and then I will start to prepare the soil, remove everything else, and water, so saturating the soil for the winter, because that means that I will not need to water this again, probably until February. So that will be the task for tomorrow. This is our polytunnel, and we built it in 2014. And now I've cleared the tomatoes, peppers, and the cucumbers. The land is getting ready for the winter crops. What I have to do to remove the basils, which are that corner and this corner, and also remove all these twines and ropes, and then saturate the beds, prepare the beds by saturating them with the water, and plant the winter crops. Let's do that. Beautiful sunny day. This is the last frost-free day in this year. Okay, I have removed now all the ropes, twines, and the strings. What is remaining now is to get rid of this nasturtium. It's self-seeded. Will be killed by the frost. There is no seeds in its capers that we can use. It was late, very late. Is a climbing one, and I just carefully remove that. There is also nasturtium there, self-seeded, and a little bit there also, probably crawling. And I will remove all the basils there, and we can have a good basil pesto with those ones. Then we go over the next stage. The basils are near the end. We will have frost. They will not survive the frost. These are not the hardy ones, and so I have to remove all of them. What I will do with the secateur, I cut them from right at the bottom of the stems, and I will put them in a bag, take them home, wash them, dry, and use in a pesto or using in a tomato sauce that we are making. I have a lot of them. I will show you. As you can see, a lot of basil here, so I'm going to harvest all of this today. As you can see, the polytunnel is empty from all the summer crop, and we are getting ready for the planting of the winter crops. So clear up is ongoing. Yeah, we had a great harvest of basil this year. Cut and come again was truly meaningful in this year. And now we are going to cut them and use the last bits for our um, making of the pesto or tomato sauce. And really happy with this year's 2018 was really good for anything that was heat loving. Just want to show you this basil as a Mediterranean plant. Look at how it has developed woody stems. This is the characteristics of the Mediterranean plants like rosemary, like lavender. As you can see, thick stem has been developed here. And because this plant has been cut and it sprouted again with fresh leaves, and now we are just before the frost, we are removing this whole plant to make space for the winter crops. Really good result, really beautiful strong plants. If it was not that cold in Britain, probably we could leave it for up to spring. It goes to flower again, but we have frost in 1 day time, so we have to harvest this. Okay, I have tidied up the polytunnel. I have to remove these extra watering systems that I have, those bottles here and there. I remove the dead plants, dead leaves, and then I will start to organize the soil. I may not add any compost or anything at this stage. It has enough compost already from the spring and summer. So in the spring next year I will do add another layer of compost and manure on top of it. So for the moment that's enough. Okay, I have now removed all the bottles of water, extra irrigation, and now I'm going to clear the dead leaves and dead plants for putting in compost. Okay, I was clearing this corner of the polytunnel that I found a renegade potato from 2 years ago that I think I had an experiment, and I have some potatoes here, so if I dig deeper here I may find more. Let me just do that. Yeah, Halloween potato, nice to eat and enjoy. This is what I like about searching in the allotment in Polytunnel. You find things that you don't expect. It all has grown from this renegade seed potato. That was tiny plant. And brilliant. This is about 1 pound, half a kilo, and we can eat it tonight. These two are twin, joined together. Never saw something like that. Beautiful. I think I would call them Halloween potatoes. Yeah, these are Halloween potatoes. Yeah, that's beautiful. In the corner of the polytunnel. Nice discovery. Surprise. I love the smell of the allotment, especially polytunnel after the crops are removed. But what I found is also interesting. I found something which is really strange. This looks like a nail. I thought it was a rusty nail, and I tried to pick it, and I'll show you what is it under it. It's like a mushroom. Is it edible? It looks very tempting. Beautiful, I must say. What it has grown on is interesting. This is the stem of the cucumber, and this other mushroom, which is not very colorful. It looks like a mushroom we buy in the shops. Is it edible? Anybody knows, please, if you think this is edible? It has grown on this dead or the skin of the spider also. Very spectacular. Anybody knows about this? Now I have tidied up. As you can see, as much as of the dead leaves and the weeds and everything that was growing here. And now I'm going to arrange the beds, a little bit tidy up the beds, extend them probably a little bit by dispersing the soil, the compost to the sides, and make the beds a little bit wider. Then I will start to saturate the beds with water. Okay, I have now tidied up the beds and it's getting ready gradually. And what is remaining now, I extended the beds, of course, you can see in that corner in the center now. And you can see in this corner also. And in this area, which is now in the center also, I've extended the beds. What is remaining now is to saturate the compost. So for several months there will be water here. That's a big job. As you can see, the beds are extended, and I'm getting ready to bring the water. Okay, what I'm doing now is watering and saturating the soil for several months. So after this I will plant the winter crops here, directly into this wet compost. So I'm doing it really saturating the soil. I don't want just the top few centimeters of it be watered. I'm keeping it on the bed, at least in every half a meter, 1 7-liter watering can. And I use the rows just to disperse it gently all over the place. Okay, Susan, now it's the time to dig some of the plants, take them to the polytunnel and cultivate them there. So we can choose a lot. All these are lovely salad greens. We have a lot there, we can take them. So let's go and choose. And we put it in these trays and take them to the polytunnel. The polytunnel is saturated with water now. Okay, we have now 4 trays of seedlings, and we are going to plant them all in these beds. Some of this from the summer has gone into seed, so we have to remove them now. Feed them to the chickens. So that's the way we are doing. We are also planting some flowers. So what I'm doing, I'm taking the seedlings that we have already. We have started to sow them in the late August, September, and even October, and I just put them in the soil as they are. These are spinach variety Medina from our own seeds. We kept the seeds and sow them again. Now we have planted the polytunnel with all the winter crops. What is remaining is to go and water everything another time. And that will be the replanting of the polytunnel for the autumn and winter. This is the night before the big frost, the first big frost of 2018. We have transplanted a lot of seedlings. Okay, they look a little bit manky at the moment, but they will establish themselves because they have been taken from as a seedling from the other nursery beds. And we are looking forward to the new season outdoors and indoors in the polytunnel.